Yeah, it's the perfect format to not fail your latte art like I did. I watched tutorial. I just need practice now. Brian, how can people even like tea when this exists? Mm, mm, look at this! It tastes like as good as it looks. How am I supposed to resist a beauty like that? uh, I love letter to espresso for sure. Brian, I don't know how to name my YouTube videos anymore. It's so complicated. We have a Brian resub. Yeah, I'm going a bit crazy on the metal today. I need to be careful if I want viewers.
Keep up the great work, Dom.
No! Alright, time for Tablet Chan to make her entrance. It's more like Tablet Basan because she's so old. This is definitely the music I would listen to off stream, but on stream, I don't know yet. I don't know if it's too loud. Metal can be okay if it's like very backgroundy for the stream. Whoa! Some days ago, I think some days ago was a non-teddy bear, honestly.
Wait, didn't
I don't know.
say it some days ago? Not like this.
Wait, let's see. If I go in messages, August 2nd. Wait, no. Yeah. August 2nd, resub. And August 11th. What? Well, when you came here on August 2nd, you might have been celebrating a previous month sub that you were able to have a message for. That is my only theory. You know, it might have been the previous month. Zamu, hello! And Teddy Bear. And Brian. Thank you for the subs, the support, the love. Appreciate you a lot. And Teddy Bear, of course, for the tier 2 41 months. It's so insane that you've been already here like this long. I'm doing quite great today. Tomorrow is vacation time for 5 days. I'll be ready for that. I have some amazing cappuccino here made by yours truly, Espresso Chan. Things are basically fantastic. Hi, Alone. I think I know most of these emotes. I wonder from where. Welcome, Alone. Nice to see some Solo Man subs here. Vacay time! And yes, Mr. B Wong in chat is also going to be part of it. Brian! We might go to that awesome dinner place on Saturday. I didn't know you would join because it was kind of a fancy place. I mean, it's like a place in between too fancy and regular restaurant diner thing. Seems like there's a range of prices, but a lot of meals are pretty expensive. We're going all out. You love that there's a camera for Espresso Chan. Oh yeah, I have all of these old webcams sitting around. Might as well do something with them. It's going to be very, very fun indeed. It's been so hot. It's really insane. There's a big heat wave. I mean, the planet is about to kill us. It's just about to wipe us out because we're too dumb to exist. You know, animals that are too dumb to exist are known for going extinct. I think that's one of us now. I think that we're also too dumb to exist. We've known what to do to change, to prevent the climate change from happening so fast for like 50 years or more, and we haven't done anything. In fact, we're just making it worse. More cars, more industries, more people, more... I don't know what to do. And then you see all of these sad news on Twitter, like it's starting to look bad for like 20 years from now. Everything will be terrible for humans. And I'm sitting there like with my tablet, like, what am I supposed to do? Is it my job? We all have a job in society. Mine is to entertain. What do you want me to do? It's not my job to go refreeze the ice in Antarctica. It's not my job to convince anyone that climate change is freaking real. What am I supposed to do? It's frustrating to sit here and be powerless about it. It's like, oh, imminent doom coming to your door. You should be aware. I'm aware. It's the global leaders that need to do something about it. Not, I don't know. It's really weird. I don't understand what's going on, guys. And now Canada is burning. What the heck do we do when Canada is burning now? 64% humidity. This is literally Florida right now. Okay, to be fair to Florida, I think Florida is even more hot. Wait, what's the Florida weather right now? It's exactly the same. It's the same weather in Florida than here. Canada, that's Canada for you. The most bipolar, quadrupolar weather in the world. Every day is a completely different weather. Sunny, rainy, humid, windy, hot, cold. But mostly very hot lately. There's a just huge heat wave. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? No point in going out lately on a nice bike ride. Just bike inside. Just stay inside. Hide, Great Rambo. What's your opinion on the €4 Twitch subs? Seems great. I mean, it seems like a great change, right? It's just to balance it out with the price that we pay in America. I think, because I think Europeans were paying more than us. So it seems like they're trying to at least equalize it. But you know what I think? Twitch taking exactly half of our subscriber count is not good. It's not good. I mean, guys, I can't get over this. Since I got this espresso machine and these mugs, and now I'm trying some latte art and stuff. This is amazing. It's better than Starbucks. Right in my home every single day. Greatest purchase. Yeah, it is a bonky mode. It's like 90% done. I might have to revisit it. It's so detailed, it's insanely difficult to make this emote look super clean. It's up to an acceptable level, but I want to take it even further. I want to make it a little bit cleaner and better. At what cost? I don't know. I don't want to sacrifice too much details, but we'll manage. For now, we'll move on to emote number 3. No, 2 of 3. Thank you. Alright. That's my goal today, finish this emote and plus another one for Solo Man. This way I can leave in peace for my little 5-day vacation. Thinking I at least finished the client. Damn this music. It's one of my favorite bands. We love many types of music around here, but I have this little sweet spot for metal. It's just my little guilty pleasure. So we'll come back next week with 25 emotes remaining. It's nothing, honestly, it's fine, especially for super chilled clients like that. So I love leaving on vacation stress-free completely. I'm doing great, pyjamming. Hello. Only? Yeah, that's not bad for me. It's nothing. I've had many times with like 100 emotes in my queue, with more piling up, and it would just go crazy. That's a super healthy amount because that's like 2 weeks of work, and I don't like having a queue that's longer than that. Like about having about 2 weeks all the time is very ideal for me. On the weekends I work on my YouTube videos, evenings I study and practice art, and daytime of the week we clear some emote commissions. That's my life routine right now. So trying to grow the YouTube on the side, so that eventually I might make a little less commissions. Espresso Senpai? No, it's Espresso Chan. Well, maybe it's Senpai for you. I'm wondering if she should just look at the note instead of like writing on it. Yeah, I think she has to write it. Otherwise it could be many different type of expression, like news or something. So she needs to listen to the streamer and be like, is this really important news? Important information that you're telling me? I'm ready. I don't need that sketch. Let's go. Because most of the work for this one will be the polishing phase, not the sketch. How are you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Feels like a Friday because I'm leaving tomorrow. Little 2-hour drive to Montreal. Then we're gonna pick up Crystal's brother at the airport. And then it's gonna be great. Gonna see a bunch of friends, eat a bunch of good food. It's awkward to have went to the hotel in a town where it's like home for me. I've lived there like 10 years. It's awkward to pay for a hotel, but I didn't want to crash at anyone's place with my friends. It's like, we're too old for that now. Just getting a cozy hotel. I would do Airbnb, but we were too late. Yeah, because we had to wait until we see if Canada would open the border to Americans, Crystal's brother. They only announced it like 2 weeks ago, so we were super last minute for booking Airbnbs. So we ended up getting a hotel. We're like, fuck it, it's a vacation. We haven't traveled in 2 years. We have a lot of travel money stashed up. What's this character again? I need reference image. Kanamori. Kanamori-san. Caters to the dynamics. What do you mean by dynamics? A dynamic person? Exactly, I haven't seen Edmonton either. I want to visit the other towns of our great country. It's funny to speak, like as a Canadian, to speak like that about our country, like to speak like as if we're a proud like Americans. To visit our great nation, the greatest country in the world, Canada. That's the number one thing that I find so visually different from Canada when I go to the States. Even in a chill place like Pittsburgh, when I went around Pittsburgh to meet Crystal and her family, it was the patriotism of the little neighborhoods. Half of the people have like a bunch of American flags on their lawn, eagles and stuff. You don't get away from that. The patriotism is huge compared to Canada. It's like in the culture. I think patriotism can be really cool. I just find it, like in today's climate, I find it a bit limiting. I feel like it by default puts a bit of a barrier between you and the rest of the world. I wish unity could be broader than just your country. Especially with today, now that like with the internet and stuff, we have friends all over the world. We should break those barriers more. We're too loud sometimes. But we love you guys, though. You know, I love my American brothers. But yeah, I met so many people, so many American friends past few years. There's people exactly like me down there. There's there's shy people, there's super nice people, there's progressive people, you know. There's just more divisions, I think, in the culture. There's more division among Americans. I guess there's always have been. Yeah, maybe the loudness, maybe we like it. The whole world knows and loves the American culture. Now the whole world judges the states recently with the political issues and culture issues. But I think that's just because we love them and we want them to be better. Well, that's what criticism is in general. You're superstitious. It's hard not to be, even when in your own values you're not. You say that you're not superstitious. Sometimes you can be without even noticing. It's hard not to be superstitious as a human. I noticed that. I mean, freaking love this band. Alright, I'm excited that I have the mental power, the energy to stream today. One day before leaving. Last little push for emotes, and I'm just gonna enjoy a good stream. What's your eye color? Grayish. Green? Depends on the picture. What? Did you absorb a little bit of the southern accent because of your ex? Southern Canadians also have accents similar to... Oh wow, wait, I'm not too aware of that. For now, I'm only aware of course, French Canadians' accent, like mine. Mine is like, I notice, I think is definitely diminishing over the years because I'm so immersed the past 3 years in English. But like English girlfriend, English town now in Ottawa for the first time in my life. But of course, there will always be a little accent, and I have no issue with that. But so it's so strange. I've only really discovered that the stereotypical Canadian accent was actually real. I only discovered that like 3 years ago when I moved here. It's crazy. I moved here, and it's the first time I think that I really interacted with English Canadians, because French Canadians learn English through American culture, movies, TV series, gaming, because we're always paired with like you play multiplayer on US East server, so you're always matched with Americans. So you play World of Warcraft, you're gonna play with Americans. So we all learned our English through Americans. We rarely interact with English Canadians. So when I came here, living immersed in Ottawa, in Ontario, and then I noticed some of the cliches that are actually true. They are exaggerated when we talk about a Canadian's accent, but they are true. Like there's the difference. So the English Canadian accent is very, very similar to Americans. And I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, there's like no difference except for a few words. So the classics are about. It's about time. It's not a boot like people say. That's like that's an exaggeration. It's really like a boat. A boat. Like you're gonna sell that boat. Yeah, it's like a boat. They say that. And the way they say sorry, they say sorry. Like I don't know even how to say it. I'm sorry. So they say sorry, about, and they do say a. They do say a. I thought this was just kind of a meme, like a fake thing about Canada, but they do say a, and I think that's a cute thing. I kind of agree that it's a good thing to say, because there's a bit of companionship in the way that you seek approval for anything to your fellow friend. Like, nice weather, eh? Yeah, it's like seeking approval to just share something. It's kind of a good thing. But yeah, so they do say that all the time. Yeah, now that I go to the dentist and I interact with actual Ontarians, English Canadians, yeah, I notice these little things, and me and Crystal would always smirk at each other when we hear that those stereotypical Canadian accent things, like the about. Just makes me laugh, because wow, it's a thing, it exists. The Canadian accent is a thing, and I discovered it at like 30 something years old. Because Quebec, honestly, French Canada is definitely its own bubble. It's its own very, very different old culture, unique culture. It's a little bit separated culture-wise than the rest of Canada. But I do notice a lot of similarities now that I meet tons of English Canadians. I do notice a big similarity in culture and values to French Canadians, and I feel less patriotic about Quebec. I grew up very patriotic of Quebec. You want to protect your culture in French region, because in the past, in the history of Quebec, Canadian politicians would always try to assimilate the French culture, get rid of it and stuff throughout history. So there's a bit of like animosity there. Quebec want to keep their culture, but now it's very well established and it's not going away. Times are changing. And I realize Canadians have the same values as Quebec. I know some people in the West hate Quebecers for racial reasons, basically, like for no reasons. But the whole Canada is very progressive, very, I don't know, free healthcare, good education. So everybody is like educated, chill. Everybody's chill, very polite, and have progressive views. They accept the gays and stuff like that. So I'm kind of proud of Canada these days, and I'm happy to be more like to realize that the west of Canada is not too different from the east side. So I don't feel as like as patriotic or wanting to separate my Quebec from Canada anymore. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. They say A when asking a question, right? Well, honestly, I've seen Americans say A too in the same way. I think Canadians just do it more regularly. My example of our great country was spot on. Yes, Canadians are not patriotic. The only people waving flags here are newly arrived immigrants that escaped from a country of war, and they are so happy with Canada, like for accepting them, and they arrive in this insanely peaceful country. And they raise a flag. But yeah, we're not patriotic at all. The syrup. The crazy thing is I've met a friend through Twitch and everything, streamer friend from the west coast, completely around Vancouver, in a small town, and his English accent is the same as people just a bit like in Ontario next to me. So Canada is wide, it's big, so it's pretty impressive that the English Canadian accent seem like mostly the same all around the country, with French Canadians being the exception. As in the States, there seems to be a lot of. Well, the States is even more big by a lot, to be fair. Yeah, Canada's population is 37 million. USA is like 300 million. 331 million. So it makes sense that there's different accents and little cultures developing over time. So many people. It's pretty crazy, right? Jeez. The US is so big when you think about it. In population, it's pretty crazy. Damn. Damn. Do you guys wash your hair every day? I've learned not to do that over the years, and I realized it's better. My hair has been better, like much better. It used to become so dry and dry and dry. And yeah, I realized washing every like 3 days ish if you don't do a crazy sport like go outside and be super greasy, no, of course you shower, but like if you just stay inside, you don't do much. Every like 2 or 3 days, like 3 days, is like healthier for the scalp and the hair, and my hair has just been so much better since. But the difference is crazy because every time I wash my hair, like this morning, I have like an afro. That's like my hair is like so poofy and untamable. Untamable hair. I might switch the music just to have something that the normies joining the stream can accept, you know? I want to hang out today with friends, not just be alone with my music. There's so many things I would like to play, but DMCA... difficult times, guys. Difficult times. With the DMCA stuff this year, I have not been enjoying streaming as much. I'll figure things out. Because I'm a musician, I'm a huge music lover. I have all of these insane playlists with tons of groups and styles of music, and it was like part of my experience or like the viewer experience on my channel. But I had to remove all of that, all of these playlists, in fear of losing my channel over it. We could go for some game music, but I don't have my own playlists. Just have like compilations made by other people. So I often have to skip some songs. Yeah, we might play some game music soon. Okay. Training my hair to last 2 days without showering. I do like to shower every day personally. I do also like work out every day. But I don't wash it. I don't wash my hair every day anymore. Just every couple days. My hair has been like better, healthier. It's been nice, less dry. But that's true. You have to like retrain your scalp. Okay. What is your hair color? Is there a little tint in there? Yes. Brown? I see some brown, some red, purple. Okay. I'm so good at colors, guys. Hi, Ro. Good day, sir. May I interest you with some capuch? can't get used to having this amazing quality at home every day. It's so good. It was such a good purchase. Very good purchase. I waited too long, honestly, to buy this espresso machine. With the amount of joy it brings me every day, like how much I love it is pretty crazy. It's fun to be able to enjoy such simple things of life. It's the little things, you know? Whoa. No gradient bucket. Okay. How are you, Roll? Hello, hello! Roll, I made it. Your second day in a row with a good streaming energy. Just before vacation. We love it. We love it. Should be able to finish Solomon's emotes. Oh my god, I want to play Bloodborne. Bloodborne is such a meme here. Will I be able to play Bloodborne this summer? I'm gonna have to schedule it. Instead of waiting for my work to be gone. The thing is, the rush is gone. The rush we had this summer is gone. Now I have a perfect, healthy, normal amount of work left. So what I should do is just start scheduling like 2 gaming streams per week, starting next week or something. So that we can play Bloodborne. Can't believe how hot it is outside, and that some people still don't have AC. I'm still so mad at. There's so many things from that I wish I could come back in time and fix, like the amount of years I spent without air conditioner in Montreal. Why? I could have been so much more productive with my life this whole time, and I didn't know. Because I can't do anything when it's super warm. It's so hot in the apartment that I'm just like sitting like a blob. Like, you can't do anything when it's too hot. And when it's cold, it's better. My mind is clear. Freaking love this band. Damn it, I might need to listen to this album before switching to other things. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, air conditioner's so worth every penny. It makes your life so much better. You're so much more productive. I thought I don't know, I was raised to believe it's like a luxury and none of my friends in Montreal have it. What? And Montreal is hotter than here. It's insane. They're just used to it. Like, what's... Why are you guys not getting AC? I don't know what's the reasoning. Oh, we don't need it. What do you mean you don't need it? You're sweating right now. Oh yeah, she has glasses on the forehead. I need to not forget about that. Yeah. Her hair is straight, but I want to see some close, some shoulder on this side. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Some high school uniform or something. Because every freaking anime of all time are about high school. That's partly why I'm starting to have trouble. I'm a lot more picky with anime. There are some types of anime that I just can't as a 37-year-old man. But some of them still manage to impress me a lot. I'm someone who likes writing stories and I will write again in the future. And so I do get a lot of inspiration from some anime. There's a lot of clever story ideas, good fantasy. Something they're definitely more for like young teenagers and high school stuff. It's not for me anymore. Okay. I have a Dragon Ball t-shirt. Look at that! Look at that! I have the Muten Roshi tag. Or Mugen Roshi, I forgot. Muten Roshi, I got it. Oh my god, why is it so hot? Boy, I hope the air conditioner will be good. What the fuck? Oh no, we're being called about it, I think. I think it stopped. I'm gonna pause my alerts. What the fuck is that anyways, these follow bots? Everything exists for a reason. Except follow bots. Like... Like, yeah, there's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 people that just followed at the same time. You gotta go to auto feed your baby kitten. Okay. Take care of the kitty. Thanks for stopping by, Rumble. So nice to finally be able to go to restaurants. I don't know for how long though, because I don't know, there might be another quarantine coming in Canada. It's a bit scary. But for now, we can go back to restaurants, so I'll make the most of it. This vacation, we're going to nice restaurants in Montreal. That's exciting! Trying to be faithful to the original design of this character. Let's merge those layers. Finally! Now that everything is in one layer, I can make drastic changes much faster. So maybe we leave some hair behind and in front. We're still missing her glasses on the forehead. Pencil outline should be a bit darker. this won't do. I will separate the layers by distance. Everything that's on the front stays here. And we want to make this face bigger. I guess we're gonna have to crop the top of the head. Yeah, I'm struggling with the clarity with these two emotes. Which has a very long face, so you can't go like too chibi with it to simplify the details. It's pretty hard. But as always, challenge accepted. Oh no, merge. Making the features, the eyes and the mouth bigger so that they appear maybe more clear in a small resolution. So I'm distorting her a little bit, the original character. Because when you take an anime character and you put it on an emote, well, chances are that it won't look good directly like that without adjusting some ratios, some dimensions. Everything needs to be exaggerated and simplified. Okay. She's a difficult one. Donny G. Trending in Canada, Delta variant. Actually, an upgrade. Okay. Fall back to the place where my two layers were separated. Okay. Oh, I still want the notes and the face separate. Boom. Oh, I want to go back to the old now. I'm gonna copy this. Having a blast. I don't need much today. I don't need 10,000 viewers. Just some good old chill classic emote stream, you know? With good company and good coffee before vacation. Things are pretty fun. The only thing I have to fix in my life right now is really talk to my my doctor, my gastroenterologist. Talk to him about my medication side effects that I think are pretty severe now. Yeah, I talked to Crystal. I'm actually considering Wait, we have over 100 views. What? Are you telling me that I have no idea what's going on? There's been instances where I have raids that I don't notice, like that don't show up, like host, I mean. And what about the followers? They appeared at like the same second. I got like 30 followers, so I don't think that's like a normal host. This is a bit weird. This is a bit weird. I'll pause my emotes. Oh, skip alert. How do you do that? Do I have to pause for the whole day? Because pause means like holding them, and skip means just skipping one follow out of 30. I don't know. These are weird. Okay, what I'm gonna do? Do I still have my mute alert thing? My stream deck is too small. I need one of these super big ones. Because if I can mute my alert but let them run, I think that would be optimal. But I can't. I don't know. That's weird. I don't think someone's hosting me. So if we got some random bots. Yeah, it's probably bots, and I don't know what it means for me. Like if you're trying to ban me, bro, I've had like 5 viewers for like 6 years. You think I'm gonna want to spend money? I would have done it a long time ago. That's what I'm saying. I'm not someone who spends money on bots. Don't even need my stream to make money. I don't need stream success. Then Twitch just randomly bans me. That's the thing, I don't even think that view bots put people in trouble. Because a lot of people that I know, including me, know people who have view botted to partnership. It's a thing that nobody can seem to prevent. Like that, I mean, like nobody gets punished for it. It's ridiculous. So if some weird, shady view botters are gonna throw viewers at people, I mean, who's gonna get punished for that? I don't think streamers are gonna get punished for that. Especially not lately. There's so many bots. There's hate raids. There's a bunch of shit happening on Twitch right now. Lots of scams going around. I saw some people on Twitter 2 days ago saying they got follow botted, so that's why my first thought was, oh, bots. is weird. Because I understand bots that are here to sell something. But, so, what's the point of just giving a few viewers to a small stream? What do they have to gain? Because there's always something to gain. Even if it's just trolling. You know. Sometimes it's wanting to get someone in trouble, wanting a funny reaction out of the person. I don't know. You know what I fear the most? I always fear that someone would take pity of me or something, because oh my god, I wish this guy could grow a little bit, could have more viewers that he deserves or something, and then would someone in the community would pay a shitty service to boost the stream. I'm sure it's a scenario that happened or happens every day. It has too, right? I would really absolutely not want that. Nor do I need it. I know what I'm doing. I don't fear my low count of viewership. I don't care that my channel dipped in the past 3 years. Very excited for my new approach to rebuild slowly the community over time. And in the meantime, I do enjoy small streams. I kind of do. Small streams where you don't feel the pressure to try to grow at any moment. You know, like I'm streaming without any pressure, like trying to make this work. I don't care. I'm just chilling because I know what I'm doing outside of streaming that is good for my business and even good for my future growth on Twitch. So like it's awesome to be a small streamer when you don't have that pressure. Solo man. But yeah, I'm one of those who, if I was view botted for like 500 views, 1,000 views, I would shut my stream, and that would suck because then the view botters would win. But the thought of people thinking that I'm view botting myself is awful. That's an awful thought. So this one is notes, Solo Man notes. But who knows, sometimes one of my clients hosts me and Twitch doesn't show it. So who freaking knows? Okay. Getting there. $120 lurkers. It's not. That's a stat that would be too random overnight. Like, it would happen more often if it was a thing for me. pencil a little bit bigger. These notes a little darker outline. Then anti-alias. Ooh, haha. Ooh. So, what have I been watching lately? I'm a huge consumer of fiction, you know me, TV series and stuff, and I will not stop. That's the one thing. It's even more important to me than gaming. It's what fuels me as a creative type, as someone who loves stories and all that shit. And yeah, so I do consume a lot. So every year I go through a nice long list of content. Lately, I've fallen into a rabbit hole of true crime stories, documentaries on Netflix. I don't know, I've just been super compelled by that lately, and just super entertained by that. Hey Lena, hello! You're not late! I mean, an hour and a half top. An hour and 22. Oh wow, it says it now. Oh my god, I need to hide my subscriber count. It's not what it used to be. But guys, we're gonna grow with that, right? In 1 year, okay, by the end of this year, I'll have my YouTube partnership. That's the goal. And then a couple months later, or even 1 year later, we're gonna have a nice popping YouTube channel. And we're gonna throw all of these viewers on Twitch. And we're gonna regrow that puppy. Hi Festus! You watched Chernobyl, it was great, yeah, I liked it a lot too. It's an important thing that happened during my childhood. There's even theories that it might have caused all of the autoimmune disease that our generation have. But I'm not sure that's so true, because people that are much younger than me, like 10 years younger than me, are starting to have a lot of autoimmune disease too, so I don't think it's caused by that at all. Pretty emotes, thank you, Lena. How are you today? Yeah, so wait, do I have a list? I mean, not a lot of people on Twitch, honestly, in my audience, watch a lot of TV series like I do, so it's hard to just have people relating to this topic, so I don't talk too much, like long about it. I do have notes for everything that I watch. Let me see. TV series. The craziest true crime documentary that I've seen so far, I think, is by far. Wait, okay. Tiger King was amazing and it was very mainstream, but the Tiger King is fantastic for so many reasons. It's insane. That's a must watch. But other than that, Making a Murderer, the thing about Stephen Avery, it's been like everybody's convinced that he did not commit the crime and he went to jail for life. Oh, his story is more insane than fiction. It's just insane. But those are the true crime documentaries that are so good. It's the stories that are true stories that are crazier than fiction. Like, it could be a TV series and I'd be like, whoa, okay, that synopsis is a little too crazy. It's not realistic. But then that's the true story, and it's so insane. These series are really, really compelling. Those are some TV series that I remembered to add in the list. I have a huge list with ratings for movies, and I've just recently started making it for TV series. So there's a lot that I've watched yet that is not yet in this list. But it's a work in progress. American Murderer, The Family Next Door. I just finished that. It was like, yeah, well, they're all good. But of course, there are stories that are just better than others. Those true crime documentaries. Anyways. Oh, another good one this year about serial killers where is The Night Stalker. Shit, that's... wow. Is it in this list? Should be. I don't think it is. Podcast. Oh wow, you might be. You're like even more dedicated than me. It's just a genre that I've been binging a lot on Netflix lately. Yeah, Making a Murderer is my favorite one, other than The Tiger King, of course. Yeah, Night Stalker was pretty insane. I'm watching The Staircase right now, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to be spoiled. And The Family Next Door or something. That's pretty crazy too. It's hard to talk about it without spoiling anyone, so I won't. But these stories are very interesting. These are good late night stories. Like before going to bed, I watch this content, true crime series. This is also when I watch my horror. So if I watch light cartoons like Clone Wars or anime, this is morning TV for me when I eat my breakfast. For dinner, I like a good quality show or a good drama. This is where I keep my good drama or low-key, just good TV. And late night is where I would watch horror, true crimes and stuff. But that goes with my passion. I do have a very, very big passion for horror. It will show when I start writing again. That will be funny because my goal is definitely to eventually have this YouTube audience that I could throw in their face my passion content, like my series that I will write eventually, and it will probably be drama horror-ish, like, So at some point we'll put that side of me a bit more in the light. My big passion for the spooks. For now, I'm all over the place. I mean, I draw cute stuff. I'm all over the place. At least there's one thing that's consistent in the whole. And throughout this time is I'm getting better art over time. Everything that I do serves as experience. Yeah, there was a time this year that I was planning on starting my passion series of storytelling on YouTube as the main thing. After a lot of talks with Crystal, yeah, we figured out it's not the best idea to go with that first. It would not be searchable. It would just be great content with 0 views, basically. So we're just gonna build a YouTube channel with a good middle ground of what I want to do and what people can watch, or that I can go with. And once I have like a big audience one day, then I can introduce them to my passion content, stories and stuff. It makes more sense. Kind of like those tutorial artists on that amassed like 500,000 subs on YouTube, and then suddenly they're like, "All right, I'm releasing my book here, my manga," and people go buy it on their Etsy store or whatever. Without that YouTube presence, nobody would buy their book. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm gonna do too. You mentioned quite a bit of them. Of what? TV shows? Good videos? I really don't want to annoy people today with my epic music, but it's hard for me to go away from it. It's so good. We want to go to the amusement park in Montreal this weekend, but none of my friends want to go. They're too old and boring. Calling my friends. Oh. Because apparently when you're 30 something years old, you don't want to go to amusement parks. Some people want to be old. Why do I have two alerts at the same time? What's going on? Hi, Mystical Gem.
5 months, still a long way to go, Roo Comfy.
Wait, what? Oh, I hailed my alerts, so now they're all blasting.
5 months, still a long
I
way
don't
to
know how-
go, Roo Comfy.
What the fuck? I don't know how to skip. Skip all of them. Skip. Because we got like botted or something earlier. couple of followers and I'm trying to skip the alerts. Mute event and sound. Aha! So now I can let them run with mute. Okay, that's the way. That's the way to go. All right. Thank you very much for 5 months of supporting my butt. Thank you, Mystical Gem. 5 months already. Appreciate you. It's so weird to see my old work being slowly transformed over time, you know, because I used to make the emotes for Admiral Baru, and obviously, long story short, we don't work together anymore. So it's other artists that work on these, and over time they're like transformed into a different mascot, you know. It's always so weird to see these emotes. It's a thing of the past. Some things belong in the past, you know? I have to concentrate here. I feel like I could be done with this emote an hour ago. She will have a stupid face because that's in her design. I like her face. I don't know why I relate. It's so funny how I relate to cynical people, to emos. I relate so much. But these days, I'm like so happy, so positive. So I don't know why I relate so much to this stuff. Because I think it's still a part of me. To be critical, cynical. It's still an old part of me that's still in there. Even though I'm happy. Oh. That is some good cheese, Mystical Jam. But yeah, basically, huh? It's not a good idea to live in the past. We all do that. Oh my gosh, this song. Let's go. We all have our inner teenage girl in us. It comes out when I listen to some Avril Lavigne or watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We all have our inner Sailor Dawn in us, right, Lena? The mouth is tough to tell. Yeah, I love keeping my passions alive, staying excited for things. I don't let myself grow the, the way that my friends do. Like, my friends are all telling me right now that they're too old for this shit because I'm inviting them to like go to the amusement park, and they're all too old for this shit. I don't feel like that. I want to have fun, like a teenager. Life is more fun this way. Yeah, I love staying young in my mind. Because otherwise you get bored of everything. You have to be able to be excited for things like when you were younger. Just let yourself be excited for simple things. A movie coming out, a game coming out. Yeah, people tend to become so boring in their 30s. Sorry, I'm grilling my friends for being too old because I'm still making plans for this weekend. Crystal really wanted to go to the amusement park, and like none of our friends want to join. Shit. What are they gonna do? They're gonna stay home and not do anything? Oh my god. Yeah, my close friends make fun of me for the culture of the internet that I have that is so different from theirs. I have all of these internet slangs that they don't know, and then they say that I'm just hanging out too much with young people. All that criticism, but they are the ones that are old and boring. Damn it. Lena, you wanna come to the amusement park with us? Okay, so the mouth is now the only thing that's not showing up too well. Alright, well, this was amazing. Thank you for the music. Symphony X, one of the greatest prog metal of all time. What are we gonna play? What are we gonna play? Got some nerdy metal there that talk about dwarves and dragons all the time. The classic band called Rhapsody. Or we could switch to chill video game music. But this playlist is very hit or miss. Some songs are really bad. Library. So good, so good. I'll try video game music. Okay, maybe this one. Better be good. Lena, help. What should I do? My YouTube titles, or at least, for example, the Loki one. It's so complicated. It's so difficult. Because I make content right now that is split into two categories in one video: commentary and art. It's almost impossible to cater to both. For people that just want the topics of like talking about Loki, and people that just want some art content. It's hard to cater to both of them with just a thumbnail and a title. So it might be good to cater to one of them. So sometimes I'm trying like, wait, let me try to get my channel. This is something important to me. I really need to figure this out. So sometimes I'm like, art challenge. I make it about art. You know, let's draw Demon Slayer, blah blah blah. And then the background content is the commentary. Like people would click on this because of art, and then receive bonus commentary. So in this case, I'm catering to people that like art content. So I try it in many, like here I word it like speed paint, blah blah blah. I draw this, Oh, and this one I cater to both. It's like I draw this, and I talk about this. That's interesting. So this one I'm just going random. This one I guess I cater more to commentary. Loki season 1. The only reason I wrote artist review is just to give a hint that there's something art related inside. The best and worst of like Loki season 1, kind of like a review discussion. Oh, it's so hard to find the right titles for me. I don't know who to throw my content at and what titles people would click the most. For my content, it's really complicated. Hey, hi Brian. Yeah, I have no idea. Do. Because I could cater to only people that like art. It's a much smaller pool of people on YouTube, but there's enough of them to make a channel successful if they all find it. Could be advantages because yes, all of my videos are art based, but my channel is a bit different than other artists in the commentary. I like talking about the topic, giving my input, my opinions or whatever, my review, because I'm a huge consumer of this stuff, so I do have things to say, for example, about movies or games. So I try to do both. It's weird. The world is not ready for this content. Yeah, so I don't know who to cater to, and I don't know how to make my title. Very difficult. The title could make a big difference on my content. Because I don't think it's bad content. Titles are everything, so I just need to figure out what's the best approach for me, who I want these videos to be for, and yeah, how to lure people in. This music's boring. I much prefer my metal band from earlier. Okay. Let's try a couple things here. Instead of all of these teeth, and show only 2 because we have to simplify the lines and details. Yeah, it doesn't work. feel like with the lack of TwitchCon happening the past 2 years, I feel all of my streamer friends and me are a bit further away. We tend to get close, we get personal in a TwitchCon, solidify our friendships, you know, like our internet friendships become real friendships. And yeah, we've all been staying a bit apart, just doing our own thing. Everybody of my streamer friends are just working hard on their own thing. We don't network as much. We don't go in each other's stream as much. But TwitchCon was a great place to just catch up with our friends, party with them, just become close friends. But we haven't done that in like 2 years, and yeah, I can feel it. Why do I keep merging these two freaking names? Wow. Epic music. I'm so slow. What if I leave it white? Almost works. Alright. I recognize the Dark Souls music. Triggered! I want to play Dark Souls. I want to play Bloodborne. No, fuck. Oh shit. Oh. Oh shit. Well, it's motivation to get my work done. because I will reward myself very soon with some Bloodborne content. It's motivation to get shit done. This works. This will have to do. Music. This is like the intro music of Dark Souls 3. There will be a time where I will replay these 3 Dark Souls 100%. Oh, there's another detail that I keep forgetting about this emote, but she has glasses on her forehead. Shit. Shit. Yeah. Let's just draw them. Finally, a good song. Wait. No disrespect to the Dark Souls song. It was just not my vibe. Okay. All right. All right. Now we'll take a small break and we'll be right back. I'll get some coffee and everything. I won't go anywhere. Okay, team. I'm already back. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think it's time for Espresso Chan. Make us a new coffee. And since I'm going, no, normally after my first like cappuccino, which is like a milk-based cappuccino drink, I do something without milk, you know, just to keep my weight loss going. But since I'm leaving for like 6 days or whatever, I'll be like 7 days without Espresso Chan's coffee. I'll have to drink cheap Montreal coffee. That doesn't sound very good, right? So I'm gonna make another cappuccino. We deserve it, right, Espresso Chan? We deserve it. I need a top view. I need to maybe like mount this little camera higher so that we can see my attempt at latte art and my fails every time. Yeah, imagine this cheap street Montreal coffee. I really want. Wait. Oh my god! I can do that! Let's actually go like this because this is how you get more crema when you put it closer. The music though! This is content! Okay. Okay, I got it. This is hard to do with one hand. Ah shit. Wait, I can't really show you that. It's hard to do with one hand. It's not my fault. I really need some angle. I'll need another camera just for the latte art. Okay. So we want to tilt it so that the milk goes in the bottom in the way that it spreads. It won't. It yeah. You want to create a canvas, a base. Wait, first you want to break those bubbles. Yeah, like a barista. It's a bit too foamy. It's too foamy because I did it with one hand. Alright, we want to set the canvas. Okay, now we have a canvas. And now it's time to fill our latte art. There's... yeah. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Yay! Whatever, we just finish it like that because we failed. It still looks great! That's the magic! Wait, at this. It still looks great even when you fail it. That's the beautiful thing. Yeah, at the end it was too foamy. I could, instead of doing some nice, yeah, it just was dropping in big pieces of foam instead of like allowing me to draw something. But yeah, the time that I had my froth, made the best way ever, was the time that I made my best latte art. So I need to rewatch my tutorial on how to perfect the milk frothing, because if you make it too bubbly, too airy, it fails everything. So if you do it right and it has the perfect density, the perfect texture, it's so much easier to make a nice drawing and have control. Ah shit, Oh my god, seriously, even a failed cappuccino. Holy shit, why is it so bright? Is it so bright like that? I don't know. Everything looks so bright on my camera. It looks great. Huh. Don't play the guitar. One day, I will play the guitar again. Mm-hmm. Guys. Guys, this is a million times better than Starbucks. What the fuck? Ah, shit. Got my thing. I enjoyed the dramatic Dark Souls music that played while I was making my coffee. It was pretty intense. So Lena, did you figure out what titles I should have for my YouTube videos? Or did you miss that whole part? I was trying to pick your artist's brain. It's been very difficult. Since my audience has two different type of content in one, like entertainment, commentary, and art. It's hard to cater to both of them, so I'm trying to think of which one of them I should cater to, and the other thing would be the background. Like if I cater to people who like talking about stuff, games, and movies, then I would not mention the art part in the title, and art would just be bonus to what they came in for. But it could be the same thing too. Like if I cater to art loving people, they enter my video, they're like, oh, cool art, but they also get the bonus commentary. Prop something clickbaity. I need to know who I want to cater to. It's very difficult. See, I've been trying. I mean, of course, I'm so small that even if I have a good title, I might not yet break through the algorithm. So it's hard because. So sometimes I cater to art, loving people. So drawing in the title, I draw this speed paint, Let's draw Joker Negechi, let's draw Demon Slayer. This time I catered to the topic, like people who are looking for, I don't know, low-key reviews or discussions. Yeah. It's hard. It's so hard. Yeah, I was just like Loki season 1 review, the best and worst, just to have a video about the discussion of Loki. Espresso Chan has a dedicated section on the stream now. Yes. I mean, it's like I said, the first day that we got Espresso Chan, she's the new member of the cast. Yeah. Yeah. I think, Lena, the trick is to figure out a title that we would click on, and that's hard. I watch podcasts, I watch some vlogs. um, would I click on a video about Loki? Sure, yeah, and it might largely depend on the title. That's what's so difficult about this. Would I click on some art videos too? Yeah. I like both, personally. So, like, there's a lot more, well, there's a lot less people. I mean, like, if I want to cater to one bubble or the other, the artist bubble is much smaller for sure. But it's still good. There's a lot of people that like art content still on YouTube. So if I cater to them and they eventually all follow me, then they might like anything that I come out with, because there will always be a little base of background art. No matter what I do, even my future content, my storytelling, they will still be very artistic and art visuals. So yeah, it's not a bad idea to cater to them. It's just very difficult to bring them in, it seems, without tutorials. Well, that's true that thumbnails like this one is definitely about the art. Because I've seen a lot of like popular speed paint videos, and all they do is literally this, really just a big artwork, and they sometimes write speed paint on it or something. So that's true though, that if this title caters to the topic, the discussion, then the thumbnail should at least match that. If my title is not about art, then maybe the thumbnail should not be about art either. So that's difficult. At least, I mean, we can clearly see Loki, so that's not too bad. Yeah, it's hard not to put just the artwork in the thumbnail. That's what artist channels do all the time with their speed paint or whatever. Now there can be a clash here, because maybe the thumbnail is for the artist, the art YouTubers, and the title is about the discussion. I would have to match it somehow. Like these, it's just, let's draw stuff and here's the artwork, I know that can work because this format is from other channels that are successful that I've seen, but you gotta build your way to there. Yeah, commentary would have a thumbnail that match commentary type. No, that's a that's a good, yeah, observation. My thumbnail right now is just like my other art videos. It caters to art, unlike this title, so there's a bit of a clash, maybe a little bit. Thumbnail could be better to match the discussion instead of just an art video. So another bit right now for me is probably to change the title and do something more about art. Oh, the sound, not the sound. But yeah, if I don't want to change the thumbnail, I would have to at least change the title and make it about art, like my old videos. It's so hard. But even if it's about art, what title are people clicking on for art? It works to have a title like "Let's draw this" if you have 500,000 subscribers ready to click on your video. Oh boy, it's the biggest challenge. Spend 2 weeks working on a video and then you have a title that doesn't work and that's it. Luckily then, videos on YouTube are just not a one-time deal. They kind of work in the background forever, and you can also change the thumbnails and titles. Okay, those glasses actually not don't look too bad. It's almost there. MC San, hello. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. You just missed epic coffee making content. You missed the coffee content. But look at my coffee though. It's so cute. I love that I bought this mug. It makes good latte art or attempts at latte art. I know it's so cute and it's amazing and look at this quality. It's an espresso machine, so it makes perfect cappuccinos and latte. Oh, do they have these mugs in France? Kind of. I'm glad you like the cup. I'm gonna get a whole set of these. They're a bit pricey, but they will last a long time. I have a black one with the black. It comes with a plate, so I have a little black. What do you call that in English? I don't know. A plate. Yeah. So a nice matte black. This one came with a little bit of a defect in the porcelain inside. I'd like to see with Amazon if they can throw me another one. I would hate to ship it, like pay for the shipping to bring just for if they could accommodate me and just like send me another one and I can keep this one, that would be the greatest deal. That would be the best. Then I would have 3 mugs. I think I'll get like a total of 4 of these. And we already have too many mugs in our little mug area, but I'm just stacking them next. Like this is a little like mini Starbucks here. I'm gonna have like a nice stack of my cute mugs in my room. Stay for the mug. Stay for Espresso Chan. That's her name, by the way. Music, please. No, no, no. Stay for Espresso Chan. And the more I think about it, it would be maybe weird for me to cater my video to the people interested in just the discussion and not the art. It might be weird in the long run. I still want a good solid base of art. So is it my commentary that's bonus content? So is it art content with a bonus content of commentary? Or the opposite, you know? It's probably art content in general as a theme with bonus commentary. It's gonna be hard to find an audience for that. This thumbnail makes sense for art, just art. Because I find myself clicking on videos that just have like an amazing artwork in the thumbnail, and then you go and you see how they made it, and oh, suddenly bonus commentary. I don't know. So I might want for now to change this title, revert it back to like art content, an art related title. But who will search for that? Who goes on YouTube and type low-key speed paint fan art? Nobody. Very difficult. Might have to make only tutorials and be a sad artist. That's true, Lena. I'm definitely jelly of the established art channels that just draw their own original content every time. It's pretty amazing that they can do that. Like they don't need to draw fandom stuff all the time. But even my Demon Slayer 1, I did it during the height of the movie and the hype. Nobody cared. The algorithm didn't care either. I made it purely related to art and speed paint. Like, it's not the best art in the world. I know that the quality of art sells. I know that. So maybe in a year my art will be better, but I don't know. It's still not enough. There's probably a way to make an artwork about anything, about popular TV shows and popular games, and to make it, there's probably a way. What's difficult too is my pool of video is too small. Like, it is possible that I could do the exact same thing I'm doing now times 20 and it would work. Like, because you need quantity for YouTube and the algorithm and everything. For YouTube to figure out what your content is about and to push it and everything. So for the first 100 videos, you don't even know if your content is good for YouTube. It's pretty difficult. You're saying like, yeah, mentioning speed paint and everything. It's better for manga art, anime. That does make sense. Like, the term is more attributed to associated with the anime fandom in general. So I could advertise my other artworks differently than using the term speed paint and time lapse. Right now it's just tempting to switch this, revert it, and be like low-key fan art illustration and then brand my coffee time doodles. Well, there's no way this title will work with this thumbnail anymore. Okay, guys. Oops, shut up, past dumb. It's so hard to find my identity on YouTube. I definitely won't be an anime only guy. But I know that it's not only anime artists that are successful on YouTube, thankfully. I'll need I'll need to find what works for me and what I like to make, like the perfect middle. I need to change this title though. We need an art title. Well, I do like this idea a lot because, but I just don't know if it works. But I do like it. I would try it because my first ideas initially was to go with both, explain exactly what's in my video. I used to I used to go with like I draw this and talk about that, you know, as a title, and then brand Coffee Time Doodles, episode 22. It's not. I mean, it's yeah. Oops. So your idea, for example, is similar, as in it mentions both. It mentions all of my content, the art and the talking. And you think that meme titles get views, even if you're not like PewDiePie? I would like to think so. What do you mean if I stumble? I do stumble making art. Just don't know what it means to stumble making art. To like clumsily make your artwork. I'm literally gonna go with something like that. I'm just gonna save it until I can word it better. Yeah, I like when they can know exactly what's in my video. It's even better if it's a title that's inviting. That's hard. That's so hard. That's why titles like the 10 best thing about that, it gets you in no matter what. No matter your IQ, you're sucked in. The top 5 Top 5 reasons why. Those just work. It just work. No matter how tacky they are, they work. Oh, that's what sucks. It's hard to pull in people for my content the same way. But yeah, I like your idea. I like your idea. It goes back to my initial concept of titles. Of being pretty clear about I'm making art and I'm talking. There's a discussion going on. So it's just about wording it in a way that just works better, maybe. A bit like a humble sounding. I already like this a lot. More. Your monkey brain. I mean, it's totally fine. You're way closer to the demographic of YouTube than me. I mean, those would be my type. Like, I would prefer making titles like that myself. I was just not sure if something like that would work. I do feel they probably work even better when you already have a community and audience, because it's like playing with them. But it's whatever. It's better than my old title. Thanks, Lena. This is really good, productive for me. Really productive brainstorming. More than you would think. So you kind of confirmed that my first idea of titles could work, but just making it a bit more fun. More fun and Mimi. Fun Mimi / humble. You absolutely did something! Yay! I like that, actually. Because yeah, it's my first idea. My titles used to be I draw Sonic and talk about Sonic. kind of, and then Coffee Time Doodles, episode 3. There's something good about that, but something bad too, I think. It doesn't pull enough, but there's a nice system to it that describes very well what's in the video. So you just take that and make it a bit more funny and inviting, then boom. Let's try that for now. Eh, we try new stuff every time. Oh shit, I need to review my tags too. My tags are a little bit like catering to like review instead of art. It's not too bad actually. I'm bad at tags, but honestly tags are not as important. They're not that important. Just put those keywords in there, but in the end it's all title and thumbnail. It's all title and thumbnail. Viewer retention is qualitative content, but we're not there yet for me. I need the initial view, which is all title and thumbnail. I do think over
Anyways,
time.
I'm heading off soon.
Holy fuck!
Have this while we're at it since I got tipped extra today and I'd got to do with it people leaves.
What? You got tip extra? What do you mean, at your work? You waiting tables or something? Thank you so much, jeez. I really rarely receive bits these days. That's super generous, Lena. I really appreciate the support. I will be sure to treat Crystal with ice cream this weekend. Art commission work? That's fantastic. Oh my god. It's so amazing that you youngins I mean I love seeing like young people kind of figure out their art life, the freelancer life so early. For me, it all worked out when I was like 31. Well, I mean, no regrets, right? Like, all of my tough and weird experiences in my 20s definitely shaped me in a way that I like. Made me more appreciative. I don't think I would be as appreciative of what I have with the different lives that I have had. Anyways, things happen for a good reason. But I like seeing it. I like seeing my friends that are like 18, 20, and they're starting already to get commissions and are super talented. It's like, damn, that's so amazing. Like, you guys at my age will be at the top of the field. Not just that, I think the quality in general of artists is gonna grow insanely. And I know exactly why. When I grew up, I had no internet, and anyone before my generation had no internet. With the internet, you have access to all of this knowledge, these tutorials, this art, just images, period, of amazing drawing, amazing anime that you can absorb from and learn faster from a younger age. So I do think that younger people today are learning much faster, and their art is just amazing at a younger age, like you, like your, yeah. So I think that the younger gen are gonna be super advanced, and there's gonna be a lot of great artists. But what's great is I'm not threatened by that. Like there's so much demand for art that it balances out. The amount of artists is always kind of proportional to the demand for constant art, especially now with all the content creators. And most artists have different styles as they mature with their art. It's pretty awesome. I'm sure there are fields where you would feel threatened by the youngins being super talented, have more knowledge and better schools than you've been that you had, so you feel threatened to be replaced. But not in our world, not in this field. I don't have anything that I'm worried about. Well, art is like one field where aging doesn't really matter. Because you don't need reflexes and quick thinking to make good art. You just need like experience and deliberate practice, and you can do it. You can do that in your later years and just reach a pretty high skill at some point. And then it doesn't matter if you're old or young. I mean, if you're skillful. Yeah. Thank you again so much for the 1500 bits. Really appreciate it. Oh, Nitarox, I forgot you. Oh my god, hi Nitarox. Most of the stuff I watch on YouTube these days are things that are like podcasts, me too, that I listen to while working. Love the Ray video Amazing. Like, I'm really glad you liked it, Litherox. That's something I'm proud of, a little video to leave behind. That's the content I try to do on YouTube. It's my TV show. You know, I make content that I'm proud of, that I'm happy to leave behind for future subs, future fans to binge. You know, that's what I try to do. Season 1. Dummy Art Season 1. Who's that person in the chat? Hi Dragon, welcome! This stupid face. I've been drawing this for like 2 hours. I'm mostly just chatting. It feels nice. Because I haven't been streaming much lately. They gave me a double for some fucking reason. Love it when we have some generous clients. I do have some clients that tip a lot. I really don't require tipping. I make sure that my base rate, my base fee, covers everything that I need. And I tell them, you really don't have to tip. I charge higher than most people for reasons. You know, I just don't require tipping. I just charge an amount that I'm comfy with. I think that's important. We're not waiters, you know? We choose the flat fee that we're comfy with, that's it. And some of them tip, and that's always nice. I'm so confused, I hate him. He's a regular who... Okay, you're a client who I've been working with for years. Aww, love it. The amount of art. I love that the internet world makes it easier for freelancers to establish themselves. It's amazing, oh my god. At some point I will make kind of like a draw my art thing. My story is weird. I think it's pretty unique as to how and why I came back into art and late in my life and made it work. It's so weird, but I think it's a good lesson. But I will only do it when it's gonna be relevant. When I'll have like a community on YouTube that might like this video. I will wait like a year. But I've told my story a couple of times, obviously over the years on Twitch, but it should be on YouTube at some point. You just earned a 1K badge! Yay! I do have cute badges that are not abused enough on my channel. Hi Havoc! I saw your video on YouTube. How to make emotes. I was trying to make a bear with heart in hands, but it looks like doing it in paint. Aw, Sag. It's okay, it just comes with practice. Don't worry about that. It's all just practice. Do you have a tablet though? I do of course recommend drawing with a drawing tablet instead of like a mouse. Oh my god, Lena, I am going to return from my vacation. I just thought about that. With my dream microphone. I bought my dream microphone. I'm like a techie audiophile, you know. I like audio gear because I studied that shit. I studied audio engineering. I used to make music and stuff, and I will make it again eventually. I'll make my own music for my videos on YouTube. But I like my audio gear. I have a lot of like, you know, mixers, recording gear, microphones, guitars and stuff. And I finally bought my SM7B. It's becoming like the microphone that everybody's getting lately. just because well, it is one of the two best microphones for podcasts and for people who talk all the time. So basically, it's the end game for well, yeah, for YouTubers and streamers, and that's what I am. And I just love this shit. So I got an SM7B, but I ordered it on Amazon.com. It was cheaper, and I sent it to Crystal's brother, who is coming to visit this weekend. So he's gonna give me my shit, and I come back with my epic microphone. I'm gonna sound like an angel. I'm excited. We're gonna get that epic studio quality. During the summer, my audio is a bit more shit than usual because I have like a loud AC right in the background. So I have heavy filters right now, cutting the noise. So it definitely like transforms my audio a little bit. Yeah, studio mic, let's go. I mean, all of my mics are studio mics, like, but like this one, for example, is also a Shure microphone. It's just not necessarily made for this. Um, this is a 57 beta, right? Right. SM's 57 beta, like the classic, most used live singing for bands. Microphone is the SM58. So this one is a very similar build, but with slight change in the range of frequencies. Like it's a bit more expensive too. And this one is like one of the best for like miking amps and guitars. But the thing is, it's also good for voice. Like it's a very well-rounded microphone. You could use it to mic a whole band. I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers once mic'd a whole album with just this microphone. As a meme, I guess. I don't know. Like the whole drums and guitars and voice were mic'd with this microphone. It's a good microphone. But the other one is just even more like specifically made for this, for talking, studio quality talking. And of course, soon, in like a year from now, I'm gonna make like stories, like I'm gonna tell stories and stuff on YouTube as a new series, just passion stuff. So I would love to have that good audio for sure. So it's gonna be a great investment. For you, you bought a Rode mic. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, there are a lot of great microphones of that range too. Um, Usually in studios, they will choose a microphone depending on your tone of voice and the one that you want to. But I think that SM7B will be good for me. What's your badge, Lena? You got the... Oh, the 1K is the candles. We got that little theme of like spooky, almost Halloween-y things with my badges. I know this song, Wild Arms, just piano version. Wow, new badge. Drawing with the mouse is the most superior way. True. Do you know it's my most asked questions? Yeah, it's my most asked question of all time. If I draw with a mouse. What the fuck is this camera angle? Hi, Think Vision! SLM notes. Yeah! generic emotes as a reference. Yeah, just be careful. It needs to. I don't know. It's so easy to tell when there's too much inspiration in the lines, in the line work. I see it when people copy my emotes, even if they're not exactly the same exact lines. So just be very careful with that. You can take inspiration from a pose, not the lines, not the general lines either. Just a pose idea. You have to redraw it completely from your brain. Just from experience too, for me, it's hard to look at an emote and not draw the same emote. So I definitely never I never look at emotes when I draw mine. Of course, it does take some experience, I guess, to get there. For the Not Safe for Work channel? Yeah! Sailor Dawn cosplay. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, Lena. There's this secret place. Crystal might be listening. Shh. Right. Yes, I see Lena threw away her diet. What? She's both on Mac's stream and here. She's here? Uh-oh. You're ratting me? What? No ice cream for Crystal then. Humph. Will Dom be able to finish this one emote? Find out after these messages. Okay, what am I doing? Just been stalling with this emote all day. Alright. Well, one thing too, maybe I should put them closer. I still have another emote to draw. Fuck! Oh my god! I've been stalling! What? What are you redeeming? Lena, you ruined everything! So much for surprises. Humph. Tonight? What? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not critical enough. With my eye today, I'm just I'm wasting time. So I should just leave it there. Move on to the next. Or honestly, meh. The basket. Humph. I don't know what you've been telling her, Lena. There's a lot of misinformation going on. Come on, Emote. I feel like I won't have time to make the 30 emote and polish them, finalize them for my client. So I'm wondering if I should do it for these 2 emotes and make the 3rd emote when I get back from vacation. Yikes. Solo man's emotes are always such a struggle. It's just a curse. Okay. It's 1,000,000 degrees. And you know that when it's like 30 outside, it's like 50 inside. Thankfully, we have air conditioners, but because of the humidity, AC doesn't work well. It doesn't provide that much humidity, screws up everything. Feels like 34. It's hot and humid. 31 with humidity. It's bullshit. Heat warning. Hot and humid all year long. This is Canada. I don't know what's going on, but this week it's we have the same weather as in Florida. Hot and humid. $19. That's the perfect weather. I wish it was 19 every single day, all year. You finished 30 minutes early in the rocks because of the heat. Wow. That's insane. That it's that hot. (28°C). Yeah, anything over 26 is hot, and then humidity makes it unbearable. Kitty, you're home now. Welcome home, television. So what's the last emote? I made my decision. Could use a kaori for Islam leave. Uh, okay. Autumn. I like the season, but in Canada, I feel like summer is so short that I kind of always wish I'd read a bit. I'd read a bit autumn because I don't want summer to end. But of course, I love that season too. Oops. Yeah, climate change. It ruins the other season a bit. It's been ruining winter a bit. Like you want to go ski and then it's just muddy outside instead of all snowy and pretty. Because climate change. Yeah, that sucks. But summer is like the only time we can actually go out and swim and like bike without a coat, you know? What am I drawing? That's a mood. But she has a bit of a suit. Oh yeah, this one will be animated. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll have to finish this one next week. She's gonna do the meme. This meme. She's gonna disappear. It's the leave emote. Still thinking of making her like do her smile. It seems typical of that character. I think that makes it better. It's like smile and disappear. Oh, I have to unmute my alerts. Haha. Oh boy. Because we were like follow botted earlier. Some weird stuff happened. No, it doesn't happen often to me. I'm even suspicious about the views that we had today, honestly. I'm supposed to have 5 viewers. Suspicious. Or they really hate what you did. Wow. I would hate that situation. Like, I have really I'm lucky because I have really experienced streamers. They're good with people and artists, and they kind of get it, and I keep them. The ones that were a bit more difficult with art, I get rid of them. I generally try to finish, to really like work with them, waste my time, and finish what I started. You know, I really try to finish what I started until they like it, and then I move on and I don't work with them again. Some clients are insanely stressful to work with. That's for sure. So yeah, try to cope and finish until they're satisfied. Then you get rid of them. And then you stick to the clients that treat you really well. That you can be upfront, with you, and they're super nice about it, and then super supportive, you know. Yeah, because all of my clients are really constructive when they see something that is off about the drawing, and that's the way to go about it. But some clients don't have a shitty approach, and yeah, I just ditch those. But the even worse case is like when you really can't make it work, and it's like super stressful, and I'm okay with like sometimes I'd rather not get paid. I'm just like, I don't think this is gonna work, you know. It happened last year actually. The dude was respectful though, but it was hard for me to work with him. It was a really rare time where what I was making was just not the style that he wanted, and then I was switching it completely and it was still not there. But we mutually agreed to like, you know, just drop it but it was kind of done in a respectful way, which was cool. I was not hurt by it because it was clearly a case of like he wanted a very specific like Dragon Ball style, and I have my style that people hire me for. I think I came close to his style, but I still needed to do more and more work on it, and he didn't want to like be annoying to me. So we just mutually agreed to that he should just maybe find someone that just does his exact style that he wanted. So we moved on, and he still paid me, and it was, you know, it was respectful. But you said disagree with. I'm wondering on what point you disagree with your client. I'm sure it happened to me too. Just can't think of it. You get nervous about it? Well, yeah, it's definitely not fun. It's stressful. You want to have great relationships with your clients. You want them to like the work that you did for them. And so it's stressful when they're not happy with the work. 100%. Hi, Justin. It's so hard when they want you to change, have to change, because a client like that, when you have this much trouble finishing an emote, then when you start doing the next emotes, you're not as creative. You want to try to just do exactly what he asked for, and you're not being creative about it. Because sometimes I made, like someone said, I want something about like this example here, and I'm like, okay, and then I do something amazing that's like inspired by this, but like fresh. That fresh that we haven't seen, and he wants it more like this. I'm like, all right, we'll scrap this new fresh idea and let's just do what everybody else does. That's frustrating. But yeah, a picky client, eventually you become less creative with them. You just play safe. So that's not the way that you achieve the best emotes on Twitch. When you're just a picky client, because you discourage the artist of being creative and coming out with something amazing. So they will come out with something standard, exactly like you asked. Exactly. It's not fun this way. There are times that I charge more when they make me rework things. Sometimes I'm very upfront about that. Like, when they want to completely remake the drawing, can like change the whole pose, I'm like, it's kind of a whole new emote, because I make them repay when the original idea that I made is exactly what they asked, but they change their mind about something or the whole thing. I'm charging a whole new emote for that. For small tweaks, though, I don't. I get you that it was not a good experience at all. I think I'm big enough. I think I'm big enough that you can count it as 6 viewers instead of 5. No. Oh no, that's hard. You're gonna need to update your terms, maybe, to protect you from stuff like that. Have some clear terms about redos, like complete redos and stuff, where you'll have to charge extras. It's hard to not make her hair look generic because she has kind of generic hair. With some locks going in the front. Bit curly. No, but they did change that. Okay, well that's how we learn. That's fine. That's perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, exactly. A learning experience. There's even cases where I charge for sketches. When someone, well, for emotes, like, to me, an emote, the sketch is 90% of the whole design work. It's where you figure out everything and you put all of your expertise in this. I know from the sketch how it's gonna look already from my experience in the chat. And the whole design phase is done and over with the sketch. After that, it's just mindless. I could be super smash drunk at the bar and finalize these sketches and make good emotes with them. It's all about the sketch. So when someone says, I don't know if I would prefer this pose or this pose or this pose, could you make me a sketch of all three? Nope. Yes, but like for a fee per sketch. But I explained them why. I think it's always good to be super upfront. Like you explain to them why it's a problem to do that and stuff. And they get it sometimes. My client gets it. Yeah, you have to keep your good clients and ditch the bad ones for sure. So funny, recently a client approached me to work with me. Of course, I'm mostly closed, all the time now, but I still take, I take a client in my network once in a while, still behind the scenes. I don't open up commissions. It's just behind the scene networking stuff, like friends of friends. There was this streamer that came and asked me to work with me, and I don't want to make it easy to find who it would be, but yeah, I talked to their old artist to ask about them. There was something a bit it was like some red flags. I was seeing some red flags, and before accepting the commission, and then I know their old artist. Talked to the artist, and it was epic. The person was really nice because we used to be friends and talk a lot, and it was funny. They were very transparent with me, and they helped me dodge a bullet, basically. It was very funny to catch up with that person, and yeah, they were telling me about their difficult experience working with that client. They can be very good people. Some clients are just great people, but super difficult to work with. It's like that everywhere, in the industry and everything. In the movie industry, it's like they're very respectable people, but like close people that work with them have a shitty time. Yeah. I feel like it would be productive to tell them though. Because then I'm like, shit, I don't envy their next artist. It's gonna be one of those experiences where they have a frustrating time. They will arrive at the end and get paid, but they won't have fun at all. It's gonna be one of those. It's so not worth it. So I dodged the bullet. I'm very picky with who I take now. And I'm just grateful to have that luxury of being able to be picky with the clients that I take. That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm very lucky to have this nice network of clients and potential clients. so I won't ever really have to take some bad deal. Yeah, that's good. Your client is easy to talk about the things. Exactly. It's like my best clients, like Fire Dragon. You know, he gives me a. He only had like one thing he wanted tweaked out of these emotes. We tweaked it, and he was right about the criticism. It's so nice about it. It's all about the nice attitude. The big brain emote. We made a dead emote off stream like 2 days ago. Yeah, your contribution, it was great. The hand really helps to put the focus on the smarts. The sketch is getting there. I want her to look like obnoxiously, just an obnoxious smile. And then she's like, peace, and then she disappears. That's the concept. It's gonna be an animated emote. She will just peace out. I guess I'm only gonna sketch it today. You'll flex on this forever. Well, this community can have definitely a lot of credit on my emotes, in a way. It's a team effort. I'm always here asking for votes. Can make the body a bit smaller, more chibi, so that it fits in the frame. Yeah, that's cute. Now the hair is too big. Yeah, my emotes are a team effort with the community. Maybe that's my secret. Maybe I have a good track record because of the community. And the community gets good over time. It's so funny. I've seen this since the beginning. People join, they give votes, they're not always super accurate in their voting, and as they watch my content a lot for a long time, for 3 years, they become really good. They develop a good eye for emotes, and at some point I really start trusting these their votes. And that's even for the non-artist people. They develop an eye over time. It's pretty fun. Okay. I don't want to go pack my bags. It sounds boring to stop my stream. There's a lot of my emotes that we barely use anymore, I noticed. Like 2 years ago, Dummy Sip was super popular, for example. We don't use that much now. It might be time for a big sweep, replacing tons of emotes. Oh, me too. We never have vacations. It's kind of stupid. We're just all in on our little businesses. For me, I don't know why I'm so persistent. So I feel like I've been working so hard for very little gains, and I'm still somehow not worried. I mean, I've always been like that. I've always been pushing for something that's not coming until it came, and I became a freelancer, and it worked. So why give up now? If I do the same thing for YouTube, it's gonna work one day. But some things are consistent. I'm evolving as an artist. So yeah, things will come in time. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Our vacations for us will definitely be like our travels, but we're not allowed to travel since 2 years, so that's pretty stupid. It was cancelled. We're supposed to go to Japan. No Japan on the horizon anymore. They're not doing good with vaccination. I don't know what's going on over there. And with the Delta variant, it's kind of screwing me up a lot because I couldn't travel a lot of my 20s because I was poor. Now I have money and I can't travel. I feel a little unlucky, but you know, I'm mostly very lucky in my current situation of life, so I have absolutely no right to complain about absolutely anything. But I'm eager to travel, and I would like to travel before I'm super old. Oh, you had everything planned with hotels. The money spent. And yeah, I need to put my KW sad on here. Aw, thank you, Nitarox. Yeah, it's like, of course, in my current life, I'm very, very privileged. My 20s were not ideal, but right now, super privileged. But you're right, doesn't mean that we can have like little frustrations and stuff. It's okay. It's okay to have frustrations. It's very human to have frustrations in any situation. Thank you guys. Yeah, I need to reward myself for all of this grind. Definitely not done grinding, but I'll be more excited to get back on the grind after a little getaway in Montreal and then a little getaway in Florida to see Crystal's grandma in October. If we're allowed to go to the US. Right now we can't. Right now we actually can't fly to the US as Canadians. Also, they don't, I think, yet recognize double vax people that have Pfizer and Moderna like me. So we will see, like, just before leaving for the vacation, basically, if we can go. It's kind of crazy. Hey, that's a cute sketch. Okay, so she will like animate. She will be animated. I think we're just gonna animate on stream next week. Don't want to go too late because I do need some final prepping to do. That was so productive earlier to change our title, or just the discussion alone, Lena. Thank you so much. Guys, go watch my latest YouTube video, because why not, right? It's about Loki. Ah, shit. Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert. It's about Loki. But yeah. No. Yeah, it was a good train of thought, a good brainstorming, the title thing, Lena. That if I want to go like with a title that caters to commentary content, then I should have a thumbnail that reflects that. My current thumbnail was definitely more like art stuff, and I think it does make sense to still cater to art loving viewers for my content, especially in the long run. So I like the idea a lot because yeah, it, I don't know, it's approving my my initial concept of kind of mentioning both in one title, the art stuff and the rambling stuff. So I'll try to be clever about these titles and keep mentioning both like that. For now, we'll see. Yeah, one day I'll have a fancy drawing tablet. one day we'll have like a super amazing giant tablet. We'll have like a camera for Espresso Chan and a camera for Tablet Chan. 3 angles. I literally do. I do have another webcam somewhere. So yeah, one in front, which is my nice camera, and then like my photography camera, super high quality, and then Espresso Chan camera, and then one on top of me for drawing, so we can just like change scenes a little bit. Oh yeah, the high production value on this art channel. Is this tablet? It's so hard to make it work. It's so old. The drivers are not even compatible. I have to go back to some specific like 2015 driver that still works somehow with Windows 10. It's pretty crazy. So I could wake up one day and none of the drivers work anymore. Yeah, so I'm very much close to the time where I will be forced to buy a drawing tablet. So I don't know. Well, I can't see. Yeah. Look at this camera quality though, right? I kind of like the colors today more than usual on my stream. I think my lights are just stronger today, like a stronger setting in the back. And I know that they're very bright because they look kind of like white on the camera. That's when they are a bit too bright for the camera, but bright enough to give an ambience in the room, like a color ambience in the room. Right now you can see that the ambience is green and it switches. I like that. I love these lights, they're really cool. Man, how does this artist afford all of this streaming gear? With this shitty stream. What? Only 3 likes on my espresso picture? I need to switch audience. Alright. Guys. I'm really glad that I streamed yesterday and today and had like a really good time. Just chatting and making 2 emotes and a half. 2 emotes and a half. That's pretty sad. I don't care though. I was mostly here just to catch up, to hang out, to have fun. Because I haven't been streaming much. Only like 2 streams in 2 weeks. Yeah. But yeah, it's okay. Just need to talk to my doctor about my my meds side effects. That's the only thing that I need to get in order soon, so that I can stream more consistently. Super excited about what's to come. The rest of the year basically. It's hard to explain. I have a couple of plans that will slowly change to upgrade my content on Twitch. I think I just wanted to say, yeah, I do still plan on playing Bloodborne sometime next week or very soon, the rest of August. I'd like to just treat myself to some Bloodborne, to be fully caught up with the Soul series, my favorite series now. I love them so much. And yeah, I'd like to bring a little bit of gaming back, just a little bit, you know, per week. So we're gonna do that. Alright, alright. Well, guys, I won't see you until next Wednesday. I believe I will be streaming next week when I come back. We're driving back Tuesday here. And after that, I mean, I'm ready to just finish these couple of commissions I only have like 25 emotes left in my queue. It's not about 2 weeks of work. So I'm gonna sparkle some Bloodborne streams in the middle of the week. Alright, I hope you guys have an amazing 5 days while I'm gone. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. I will come back refreshed with early streams. Very excited. I mean, I'm already very excited and I'm just not even vacationed. So imagine how excited I will be about my content and the next gains and goals and grind when I come back. See you soon, Brian. Yes, I see you like in 2 days. So yeah, I will come back with 2 more pounds just that I will lose shortly after. Full of happy food. Oh yeah! And I will keep making content in the form of food pictures on my Discord. So be there. Be there on my Discord for food pictures and updates about my travels. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I won't forget the ice cream. I won't. Because there's a place I want to try with Crystal. Alright guys. See you soon. Bye bye.